This is News 14 Carolina, Meteorologist Matthew East, and this is the New Year's Eve edition of the Carolina Weather Video. And we have a whole lot to talk about here. Let's get into the video here. First of all, there's our setup this morning. Area of low pressure over Pennsylvania, very strong Arctic cold front trailing down from that low pressure. That front breezing through our area today. And speaking of breezes, it will indeed be a very, very breezy day. Here in the Piedmont, we'll see wind gusts over 35 or 40 miles per hour at times. Up in the mountains, maybe some gusts over 60 miles per hour at times. Now, in terms of precipitation, you have the snow flying this morning over parts of New York and Pennsylvania, and the snow showers will really kick in behind that front up over the Virginias and Maryland. Some spots up in the mountains up there in the Virginias could pick up 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 inches of snow with the backlash snow showers. After this frontal boundary passes on through. A few snow showers in the North Carolina mountains, but this is mainly a Virginia's and Maryland snow event today. And the cold air, the big weather story for us. We're going to stay precipitation free today here in the Piedmont, but look at this cold air. We have 20s below zero in the northern plains, and this discharge of Arctic air is dropping directly southeastward, and we'll be moving in here with time. So let's go to the 6Z GFS here. There's your snow showers up in the Virginias and Maryland around here. The pressure gradient between that high in the plains and that low pressure off the northeast coast causing some very gusty northwesterly winds. And again, here in the Piedmont, we'll see winds gusting in excess of 35 or 40 miles per hour at times today. Also, temperatures today, our high temps occurring this morning. Temperatures will drop this afternoon. If you're heading outdoors to New Year's Eve festivities this evening, temperatures will drop through the 30s, and we'll probably be looking at a midnight temperature somewhere in the lower 30s to upper 20s. So you certainly need the coat if you're heading outside this evening, but the winds will subside pretty quickly after sunset. All right, beautiful New Year's Day weather tomorrow. Sunshine all day, but chilly. Highs at best in the low to mid 40s. And then we've been talking about our little system on Friday. It looks very moisture starved. This is the GFS. The NAM has a little bit more precipitation. And whatever precip does happen to occur during at least the first half of the day Friday could be wintry in nature. But the bottom line with this is it looks like the precip amounts will be very light. So at the moment, Friday doesn't look to be a big deal at all, but certainly something we'll keep watching over the next 24 to 48 hours. Saturday, behind that little system, a dry day. And then now it looks like we're going to have to make Sunday a rainy type of day. One system pulling through, rain chance with us on Sunday. And then things get really interesting as we get into next week, as I'm sure most of you watching the video already know. Some of the modeling's been showing a winter storm for the Carolinas next week. Let me show you how it looks. This is the end of the Sunday system. Here's how we set things up. 1 o'clock Monday afternoon, we have this area of high pressure back into Illinois and Indiana, and it's going to get into a cold air damming configuration. Now, it's not an overly strong area of high pressure, but strong enough that we see a very strong wedge or cold air damming signature in place. Now, again, this is the 6Z run of the GFS, the latest one in-house as I'm cutting this video. 7 o'clock in the morning, Tuesday morning, area of low pressure near Dothan, Alabama. And taken verbatim, this would be snow over much of the western and southern Piedmont of North Carolina. And from there, the upper levels, or I should say the mid-levels, warm just a bit. And the system, again, taken verbatim, I haven't looked at the soundings yet, but taken verbatim, that would probably be a snow to ice scenario, say for Charlotte and maybe Greensboro as well, although Greensboro would stay snow longer. Now, again, this is all just sort of fantasy land right now. You don't know exactly how things are going to unfold. This is the 500 millibar pattern on the GFS. And I want to show you the difference here between the GFS and the European model. Notice that disturbance on the GFS is over Mississippi at 7 o'clock in the morning here on Tuesday. And we go here to the European, and this might be tough to see, but this is 7 p.m. Monday, so 12 hours earlier. But notice that disturbance way back into northern Mexico and the desert southwest. Now, that is a typical error that often occurs in the European model. A lot of times it wants to hold that upper level energy back in the southwestern part of the country too long. So this plays right into the error that commonly occurs with the European model. So I would be leaning more toward a GFS scenario right now. All this to say, it is just potential right now, but there is potential for maybe significant wintry weather in the Carolinas next week. How much and what, if it will exactly occur, it is just simply way too soon to tell. But the potential is there, and it's certainly something we're going to keep watching. Nothing set in stone. We'll probably see this flip and flop on the models, and we may wind up with no storm system at all. But the way it looks right now, there's at least the chance for maybe some significant wintry weather in the Carolinas around next Tuesday. All right, that's it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Everyone have a wonderful New Year. Happy New Year to you. God bless. And no new video tomorrow, but I will have a new edition of the video cut and paste it online here bright and early Friday morning on January 2nd. So everyone have a happy New Year and God bless.